Hello! Welcome to the channel! There's a thing going around in the vinyl community about what are your oldest records? What's the oldest stuff you got, Russ? First of all, I have to thank Fat Cat Records in Seattle. This is the Wallingford neighborhood because it says Wallywood. So it's from Wallywood. So we're gonna throw out. They're not sponsored. They didn't give me any money, but they gave me this shirt. Frank down there gave me the shirt for free. So thank God for Frank. This is like merch, right? This is the benefits of whatever vinyl stuff that I've got going on. The oldest records. Russ, shut up and tell us about the oldest records. First of all, don't talk to me like that. Second of all, okay. People, right? All right, so here we go. My mom collected stuff. Like, she collected everything, all right? My mom, borderline hoarder. It wasn't that bad. God rest her soul. Loved my mom dearly. But there was like stuff that we found, which was, some of it was like, what the heck is this? But we found this, and I'm like, whoa, what the heck is this? Old records. These are old 78s. So I got a pile of them I'm going to share with you. Not a large pile, but first of all, Brunswick. I don't know if any of you bowling fans recognize this company. But yeah, they made records. The Linden Corporation in New York City. Look at that. This record is called Long Have I Wandered. All right. Now, there's another thing you need to know about my family is I come from a long line of. I'm not sure if I should be embarrassed to say this. Like I'm not a pop Christian, at least anymore. But evangelical Christians, all right, going back a couple of, at least 2 generations when pop Christianity was a thing. But anyway, I still really love gospel music, like deep, soulful gospel music. I really do like that stuff. And my mom collected it, and these are some of the 78s she got. This is by Dan Hamilton. Long Have I Wandered on the Brunswick label. All right. Brunswick.
Yeah, well, the dude abides.
The dude abides.
So yes, before Brunswick made bowling balls and everything Lebowski, Brunswick was founded in 1916 and started cranking out records. Apparently because they were good at the material. These records are hard. Like, I can't bend this record. If I did, it would probably snap like a piece of plastic. So that's another thing you may not know about me.
Parents raised you right. Then you have a healthy suspicion of guys who wear bathrobes in public.
Have you heard of dudism? Dudism is a communicable form of ease. Our ethos is basically to try to get people to just take it easy, man.
Especially the ones who start their own religions. But what if this guy actually stumbled into a better way of living? What if the robe is a real key to inner peace?
Part of a spiritual order of the dude, all right? And I am considered a dudist priest. It's a thing. It really is. There's a whole story behind that. I don't have time to tell you why I became a dudist priest, but it does have actually some meaning to it. Here's another one. This is from Decca Records. Decca Records, back in the day. We're talking, Decca Records started in the UK in 1929. Decca Records started in New York City here in the United States in 1934. I'm not sure how old this record is, but again, it's a 78 and it doesn't bend. So whatever that means historically. And this is a record called In the Sunshine of the Hour. This is a weird label. I don't know if this is actually a Decca thing. I will follow thee. I will follow thee. But I do have a Decca spiritual or something like that. So yeah, Chaplin Singers. This is by the Chaplin Singers, Joseph J. and Klein. Decker, something. Yes, Faith series. So it's called the Decca Faith series. And listen, I've got other cooler shit. So just bear with me. All right. Bing Crosby. Now this is from the Decca Faith series. And I'm sure you've heard that name, Bing Crosby, before. Maybe you haven't. I don't know. Bing Crosby was a very popular singer back in the day. Performed a song. Not sure how much of he wrote of it, but it was called White Christmas. And that was a huge hit. If you've ever heard of White Christmas, you've heard of Mr. Bing Crosby. And here he is on the Decca label.
Few moments later.
Decca label. So my wife, my information manager, who's helping me with this video, found this record, which was released in 1949 on the Decca label. Right there, boom, 1949, Mr. Bing Crosby. What a friend we have in Jesus. What?
Released 1951.
It was released in 1951. It really take them 2 years to release it?
I know.
That's wow. And this one has 2 songs on it. And this is by Sacred Records, all right. And it's like, I don't know, it was like old gospel songs, or some of these hymns are sort of like punk rock where you could fit like 2.5 minutes. It's just like, if a punk song is more than 3 minutes, like it's like, is that punk? You know, you get the punk Pharisees, right? You get the punk Pharisees out there. It's not punk rock if it's an over 3-minute song. Shut up. Like, it's not, you don't even know what punk is if that's your attitude. Anyway, Sacred Records. There it is. We've got, this is in good shape too. We played some of these. And check it out. Look at this. This is like Christian marketing at its best. Look at that. At the sign of the steeple, you can find Sacred Records. That's right. Sacred Records. I'm gonna get that on a t-shirt. It's all relative to the size of the steeple. Or a mug. And tell you what, get some merch going on the channel. I still got copyright. All right, I'm getting to the colored record. I know. You guys are like, what's a colored record? You said something about a colored record? Long before Sub Pop was a thing, you had Linden Records from Seattle, Washington. Red. They were cranking out red vinyl or whatever this is. Check that out. This is from the label Linden. The sleeve is not super. Has Helen Johnson, whoever Helen Johnson was. She contributed to this video. So let's give a big round of applause for Helen Johnson, shall we? And this record plays really well at 78. 78. You know, you can say what you want about my old Victrola all-in-one player from 2013 or whatever it was made, but it plays 78s. So a lot of these, they don't even, I think my 80s doesn't play 78s. It plays 45s and it plays 33 and a half, but that's it. So here we go. This is God Understands, because you know what? God understands. I have no idea what year this is from. Not licensed for radio broadcast. Produced and founded by, Linden Records, Seattle, Washington, USA. I'm going to ask my producer about this.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Linden Records, Seattle, Washington. There is a whole nother video coming for this. I tell you what, at least in my mind anyway. There's just a lot to this story about Mr. Linden, who had some legal trouble and then started a record company. The guy, he had his own recording business on 2nd Avenue, 2417 2nd Avenue in downtown Seattle. I've driven by that many, many times in my life. I did not know that Linden Studios was once a thing there. He used to go to the Veterans Hospital and record messages from injured soldiers so they could send them back to their family. He used to record messages from kids to Santa Claus. You know, and like, oh, record this and I'll put it on a disc for you, one of these discs. And he made a business out of it, you know.
Adolph Frederik Linden learned about the recording process while he was in Walla Walla State Penitentiary on a stint in prison, recording the pleas of parolees onto these acetate, flimsy discs, long before magnetic tape was invented. Linden was paroled in 1938, and in 1939 he opened Linden Records, where a lot of these recordings, like this red one here, were produced between 1939 and 1943. After that, he started Western Record Studios, right there in downtown Seattle.
Mr. Linden. That's a whole nother story, man. So now I got to get into the picture disc and trying to date when this came about, because I do have a picture disc, and I'm going to say it's either from the late 40s or early 50s. It's Vogue, the picture record. So yes, long before there was a magazine, there was picture records. I don't think the magazine and the picture disc company are related, but maybe somebody could do some research on that. We couldn't find any connection between Vogue and this company. But this record, we're kind of guessing. There's some for sale out there, and they're kind of expensive. Like, this record's a little beat. I'm gonna play it because I think I could play it. I think this plays. The 10-inch 78. I think that this will play. Here's the back. We're finding, and we're kind of guessing that this is from around 1946. This company started in the early 40s, and they have a patent right there. I don't know if you can see that right on the corner. And this is the artist is. The song is called "What You Gonna Do," and it is Sonny Schuyler and Patrick Lewis. And here it is. Let's see if it plays, shall we? This is our record player reserved for the Beat Records. It's our all-in-one. Play CDs, cassette tapes on the side. But yeah, I go through these diamond needles. I buy them by the 3-pack just for this occasion. Let's see if this thing plays, shall we? 78, baby. I guess I'll get the papers and go home. Looks like almost like a Me Too situation. If you ask this guy from back in the 40s, and who is this cat? Is this Mr. Vogue himself right there in the corner? He's got his like bust right there. Boom. Right on the record. So that's pretty cool. I put it in a Ziploc baggie because it's a 10-inch. I need some decent 10-inch sleeves, don't I? Probably better than the Ziploc baggie. Now, the oldest record, the oldest of the oldest that I have, and it's not a Christian record, but this is from Victor Records. My wife and I did some research on this record, and from what we can understand, this recording was made in 1916. And we're gonna see if it can play. Will it actually, it's pretty beat up. Will it play? Right, and here we go. Again, my needle's gonna get beat up, but I've got a whole pack of them, so it'll be fine. give this a try. Cranking her up to 78 horsepower. There we go. And I'm going to start in the middle of the record because the beginning of this record it'll probably skip. It's that bad.
Got him a blue uniform on, and they put him to work in first day on the job.
Recorded on Victor. So the company Victor is interesting. Victor Talking Machine Company, Camden, New Jersey, who in 1929 merged with a company called RCA, right? But first, there was the Victor Talking Machine. And you have the dog, that famous symbol that you recognize a lot from RCA, the dog sitting in front of the record player. His master's voice, it says, underneath the picture, which is interesting. Now this sleeve has on it check that out, For Victory, by certified United States war bonds. Is this World War One? Like, seriously? Don't know. But on the sleeve it does say this, which I'm not sure how old, if the record goes with the sleeve, that kind of thing, but it does say RCA Victor Division, Radio Corporation of America, Camden, New Jersey, USA. So maybe somebody in the comment section can tell me if they have any more information on this, or if this sleeve actually goes with this record, or if it's a re-release because it was so funny that we just had to hear it again.
He found 5 of his friends sitting there eating and drinking champagne.
So there's that. All right, I wanted to share one more with you, which we found, I think it was discounted because this was still in this, it says sealed right there, you see that? Burns and Allen. That is Mr. George Burns. And in the 80s, he played God. That's a great movie, by the way. George Burns was just an amazing, funny man, an actor. And that's Gracie Allen, his lovely wife. And they did this record together, this recording, and we still haven't opened it. Somebody else apparently did and snagged it. And that's why we were able to get it at Silver Platters for $3.99, but we still haven't played it yet. I'm looking forward to playing this and listening to Mr. George Burns and Gracie Allen. Look at them right there on the cover. This is so cool. Comedy record. My wife collects a lot of comedy. We have a bunch of comedy records. Got to do a video on that one day. But those are our oldest records that we own and keeping a hold of. That picture disc is really cool. Red vinyl. I have another red vinyl. Okay, before the video's over, I have to share this. It may be a little weird, but stick with. Probably didn't know this would be a scary video. But down here in our scary basement, we have a bunch of old stuff, and some of it may be haunted. So somewhere along the way, I heard that, again, Mr. Linden, I heard that in demonology, there's a song that the demons really don't like, all right? Evil spirits, they just don't like it. It's like, it would be like playing, I don't know, Barry Manilow from Metalheads, right? Like, it just wouldn't work out. So if you play this song, evil spirits and demons just freak out and they go away. There you go. Those are the oldest records I got. Oldest is questionably over 100 years old. And it's kind of amazing that here we are in 2022 talking about a medium of vintage recording technology that we love today that is over 100 years old. Thanks for watching. Like it, I don't know, subscribe or don't, I don't care. I mean, I do care, but you know. Later. It would be like playing the Beach Boys for grunge rockers. It would be like playing Captain and Tennille for the fans of metal rap. It would be like playing Marilyn Manson for fans of the Newsboys.